The Knicks celebrated Kristaps Porzingis' first career Eastern Conference Player of the Week award with a montage of highlights during the early minutes of Tuesday night's game against the Hornets at the Garden. And what a week it was. Porzingis was shown both swooping and hooping as he led the Knicks to 3 victories in 4 games. On Tuesday, Porzingis added more moments to the highlight reel and notched a place in the franchise record book as he scored 28 and hit the biggest buckets in a 118-113 comeback victory over the Hornets. Porzingis had only 2 points in the second half before hitting a pair of free throws to tie the game with 2:32 left and then a 3-pointer less than a minute later to give the Knicks their first lead since the first quarter at 114-111. After the Hornets closed to within 1 on a pair of free throws, Porzingis drove the lane and hit a scoop shot as the shot clock wound down to make it 116-113 with 11 seconds left. Cue the MVP chants at the Garden. After the Hornets missed several 3-point shots, Courtney Lee sealed the win with a pair of free throws. On Sunday, Porzingis scored a career-high 40 as the Knicks came back from a 19-point, third-quarter deficit to beat the Pacers. On Tuesday, the Knicks trailed by 13 in the third quarter and 11 entering the fourth, but they outscored Charlotte 35-19 in the final quarter. Porzingis passed Bernard King, who was in the house, to become the most prolific Knicks scorer ever in the first 10 games of a season. Porzingis has scored 300 points as the Knicks have started the season 6-4. King scored 298 points in the first 10 games of the 1984-85 season. Doug McDermott had 20 points off the bench, including 10 in the fourth. Tim Hardaway Jr. scored 19, Enes Kanter had 14, Kyle O'Quinn had 12 and Lance Thomas added 10. Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker and Malik Monk all scored 21 points for the Hornets, 5-6. Porzingis was sitting as the Knicks cut a 13-point, third-quarter deficit to 4 with 6:27 left in the fourth. The Hornets immediately increased the lead to 9 after Porzingis re-entered the game, but the Knicks got it back down to 111-109 on a McDermott three-pointer with just over 3 minutes to go. Porzingis highlights from Tuesday included one sequence in which he blocked Charlotte's Cody Zeller 3 times in a row. But the third one didn't count because of a foul on O'Quinn. Still, the Garden crowd loved it and counted out the blocks, 1, 2, 3, as they were replayed on the big board. Porzingis scored 15 points in the first quarter, but the Knicks trailed 41-32 as Howard paced the Hornets with 11. Porzingis took a seat with 1:38 left in the quarter and the Knicks trailing 35-27. The Knicks held their own with their star scorer on the bench and trailed by 6 when he reappeared with 5:18 to go in the half. Porzingis' return did not spark the Knicks, though. He was -14 for the half. Charlotte closed out the half with a 14-7 run and led 69-58 at intermission. Monk had 15 points in the second quarter and 18 for the half. The teams held serve in the third quarter as Charlotte still led by 11, 94-83, going into the fourth.